Today we're not just going to make one of those soups that warms your bones. We're going to make one of those soups that warms your heart. It's like comfort food at its best. This one reminds me of my grandma. She used to make a variation of it all the time, but she never put any meat in it. And, you know, I can't do anything by the rules. And when you add sausage to this soup, it is amazing. So if you like the sounds of this and you want to cook with me, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get cooking. First thing we want to do is get our sausage cooking. So I like to cook it in the same pot I make the soup in. So you want to use a big 5-quart or larger soup pot and get your sausage cooking. While the sausages are cooking, let's get to some scullery duty. Before we start peeling the carrots and potatoes, I want to crush the garlic. So you want to take 1 clove of garlic, and I'm just going to crush it onto a plate and leave it there. Because when you let the garlic sit like this for 10 to 15 minutes before we put it in the hot oil, it releases something called allicin, which is where the health benefits from garlic come from. Anti-inflammatory, I don't know, all kinds of crazy things that are supposed to be good for us. So we're going to let that sit, and let's get peeling some carrots. Probably need about 2 to 3 carrots, depending on the size of them, because we want 1.5 cups of carrots for this recipe. And we need to peel a couple potatoes because we need 2 cups of potatoes. We also want to have 1 medium onion chopped, and I tend to like to kind of cut it almost all the way to the bottom, but not, so that it all stays into one piece like this. And then I want a few more chops. I want a little finer, actually. I think this is how they make onion blossoms. So chop it like that, but you don't chop it all the way to the point here. Then it's easier just to hold it and slice it up. I find it's a lot less tears this way too. A couple other vegetables that really make this soup extra awesome is corn and peas. So if you like those and have some, you want to go with a cup of corn and a cup of peas, and I'm just using the quick easy button frozen. One vegetable though that I never use a quick easy button on is green beans. If you can get your hands on some fresh green beans, they are so worth it. They make every soup extra awesome for some reason. So let's get chopping. We're almost there. Just want to quickly chop those up into some nice bite-sized pieces. Fair guess that these are already washed and took the stem tips off. You could have a really earthy soup if you didn't do that part. Still going to be delicious. We'll just skip the garden dirt. How's that sound? Okay. So it's about 1.5 cups of green beans. And that's the flex thing about this soup too. Who cares if it's 1.25 cups or 2 cups, or you didn't even put any green beans because all you had was peas. That's the flexibility of this awesome soup. And now I'll just get the potatoes chopped up into nice little cubes. I think I already mentioned we want about approximately 2 cups of potatoes. I don't normally measure, I just eyeball it. But I'm trying to measure it today for you guys, so that you have a closer clue to how I actually make my stuff that I usually make from scratch out of my head. Because it's kind of hard to follow a recipe if you're just watching somebody chop things and you can't tell what size they are when you're looking on the camera. So this is about 2 to 3 cups of potatoes. And we'll just set those aside and get to the carrots, and then it's time to put it all together. You could just slice your carrots into rings, but if they're getting kind of big, then you might want to first cut them in half, or even quarters if your carrots are really big. Just depends on what size of bits and pieces you want in your soup. And I like them all to be about the same size. And so that's about 3 medium carrots, and I'm hoping that measures out to about 1.5 cups. Somewhere around there. So our sausages are beautifully golden brown here. So we're going to take those out and let them cool so we can slice them into bits. When our sausages have cooled enough that you can handle them, We'll cut them into smaller pieces so that they go nicely in the soup. So I think I'm going to just cut these into half. And then just little pieces. It's up to you how big or small you want them, but this seems like a nice soup size. So right into our big pot where the sausages were, we're going to add the onion and the garlic. If you don't happen to have enough oil in your drippings from cooking the sausage, you can add a couple tablespoons of olive oil at this point. But you can see I don't need it. There was enough fat from the sausages. We can use that. And you want to just stir it around and give it a minute or two till it's softened. Next we want to add our spices, and that would be a bay leaf. And then these are some of my go-to spices for a lot of my homemade vegetable soups. I love to add like dill seed. It just gives it a really unique flavor. It's not the same as dill weed. Dill seed is what you want. A teaspoon of that. And then a tablespoon of mustard seeds. It can be the yellow ones or the dark ones. It doesn't really matter which, but they add a fun texture to your soup and an interesting flavor. And then also we want to add 2 teaspoons of paprika. Or is it paprika? I don't know. I just know it's a key ingredient in a good soup too for me. And we'll just let the spices cook in the oil for a minute because it helps diffuse the flavors, especially the ones that are held by the fat. And then we want to add 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire. We'll have a contest. If you know how to pronounce it, put that in the comments and let me know exactly how to pronounce it. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. 4 teaspoons of that. Okay, now let's add our vegetables. Let's stir those in. And I think it's time we should add the sausage as well. I'm going to have a big pot full of soup here. If it's looking like too much for your family, you can always make a half recipe. It also keeps really well in the fridge. And I think it tastes even better sometimes the next day, just like spaghetti sauce. I like to let the vegetables cook for about 10 to 15 minutes before I add the liquid to the soup. I just feel like it changes the flavor a little bit. But if you're in a hurry, you can jump to this step right now. And that is, we're going to add 3 cups of chopped canned tomatoes, or you can use fresh tomatoes, but I did say this was going to be quick, so it depends on how fast you chop tomatoes, I guess. So 3 cups of chopped tomatoes. And I'm going to start by adding 4 cups of beef bouillon, or you can use vegetable or chicken bouillon, but I'm using beef today. And we'll see if that's enough to cover the vegetables. Also depends on if your pot's big enough. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good, but I want to add 2 cups more, I think, of the beef bouillon. I have room in my pot. Yeah, there we go. So that's 6 cups of beef bouillon, and it's going to cook down, so that's why I wanted to add a little more extra liquid, because I do like a hearty soup with more vegetables and not too liquidy. So now we're just going to let this simmer. And I usually just put the lid on kind of cocked a little bit so it's half on, half off. If you're new to cooking and you're going like, what temperature did you do all that at? It's usually medium. Unless I say high or low, the default temperature to cook most things on is usually medium. So sausages and onions and all that good stuff was cooked over medium heat. And right now I have turned it up, so we're on about a medium high because we want to bring it to a boil. And then when it reaches a boiling point, turn it down to medium low and we just want to let it slow simmer for about an hour till the vegetables are nicely cooked. And then we'll add the last few ingredients. So this has been simmering for about an hour. It's looking really awesome. I think it's time to add the final couple of ingredients. And that is, you can actually stop here if you're not a big fan of any legumes, like kidney beans or Romano beans. They're really good in it. Or I'm going to add chickpeas to mine. 2 cups of chickpeas, just for a little extra protein. And then this is where you would taste the broth and decide if you want a little more salt. And this is where you add your pepper as well. And if you want more broth and less meaty, hearty soup, you can just add a little bit more beef bouillon at this point as well. And because presentation matters, we're not quite done. We are going to top this with a little bit of fresh grated parmesan and parsley. Smells like dinner time here. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me today. If you like this video, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping at Juliana's Kitchen. Have an awesome day.